Wow. And Esperanza, how did you come to
Well,
work for Mr.
I
Sansone?
was actually working at a different dealership, and I heard that Rich was there, and I also heard the program that he was starting to head out, that he was going to be helping out-risk individuals and veterans, and I wanted to be a part of that. So when I went over there, I spoke to him first and asked him to get me a job, and he spoke to Mr. Sansone, and I've been there ever since.
And when you got there, what was your internship like, and your shadowing and training?
Well, I actually got to shadow one of the best, so it was very fulfilling. I already knew how to sell cars, but every dealership teaches you their way. So it was fulfilling, and I knew that at the end of that training, I was going to be able to make a lot of money, which I have. So I loved it, and I'm sure that anybody that goes through the training process, because it's a smooth, transparent training process, I'm sure they'll love it as well. Because at the end, it's a pot of gold, if you will.
And is there any other training that you take there that you might?
Well, they teach you they teach you how to speak to a customer, how to overcome objections, because you're gonna hear a million and one no's before you hear a yes. They teach you the mechanics of the vehicle, how it works and everything. You actually have to know that. Even selling cars, you have to know that. So they teach you a lot of that. Other than that, it was a very good experience, definitely. I'm still there, and I've been there almost 7 years, and in car business, that's like 40 years. So yeah, I've been in the job about 40 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Dog years. One of the things that we're going to be able to accomplish with Esperanza is that what a lot of people don't understand is there's also a lot of females in jail.
Yes.
And so we're going to try to work her into the female section, to speak with them and find out, if there's any veterans in there or family members of veterans.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's good for people that have been convicted to speak to other people. Like I have a podcast right now called Prison City and Her, where I speak to other women who've been convicted, and we talk about how hard it was to re-enter society, how hard it was to get a job, who was there for us when we needed them, or who wasn't there for us. Because there's a lot of women out here, and most women feel forgotten by the system, because it's a lot of programs out there for men. Because we don't look at women as the people that are going to be committing crime, but we're out there, and we need people to help us. If it wasn't for this gentleman right here, more than likely I would have reoffended. He was my silver lining, if you will. He was the one that kept pushing me in the right direction. Oh, turn around, come back this way, don't go that way. And people need that. Women need that. Because at the end of the day, we're the nurturers. We're not there to take care of the family. Who's going to be doing that? Who's going to be raising our son? But the streets and the community, and then you have the cycle that continues to happen. So yes.
What's a typical day as a salesperson like yourself at Sansone?
I go in, I try to speak to as many customers as I possibly can, because every person that you speak to is a potential customer, and you just give them information, and the sale is coming.
Wow, that's interesting. Rich, where can our residents find out more about the Sansone program?
I think the easiest way is to go on SansoneMilitaryProgram.com. We have a website that explains the program. It's also got my contact information, and any veteran that needs help, all I got to do is come and sit down with me, and we'll figure a path for him.
Wow. Now, are either of you involved with the Sansone Woodbridge Veterans and Spouse Employment Assistance Center and Veterans Service Network?
Well, I guess Ron Davey runs the Sansone Military Assistance Program out of City Hall, so we'll work with him on any issues that he brings forward with us. We just hired an individual by the name of Bob Luby, who is a rock star in the American Legion, and he also is a coordinator to access every veteran organization in the state to locate individuals that need help, and then we're gonna help them.
Do you work?
No, but I'm going to be mentoring. So anytime an individual comes, a veteran that comes to Sansone, that's going to be a salesperson, I'm going to be the person that trains them and mentors them and make sure that they go on the right path so they can make the money.
Wow. So you must put a lot of hours in.
12 hours a day, even more. So yes, sir. But you know what? Once you get into it, you don't even notice that the time is going by. It's crazy, but you do it so long, you don't notice it.
What services do they offer, that program?
Services is,
As far as the Woodbridge Veterans and Spouse Employment?
virtually anything a veteran needs. I mean, I think Middlesex County is one of the most productive counties for handling any issue that a veteran has, whether it's homeless. I think you have zero, homeless, job training. Where do you go for job training? Where do you go for a job? Part of the Sansone military program that, with Sansone's money that he has down there, they actually will pay an employer, to hire a veteran to cover some of the initial costs. So there's just nothing we won't do, for a veteran.
That's good. Where do you see the future of the Sansone program going?
Just because of the networking aspects of this, I mean, it's just growing by leaps and bounds. That's why we had to bring this Bob Luby in to help me, because there is a need. And now that we know that there's guys in jail, we're working with corrections to try to get them to put the veterans in one prison, in one wing, like they do in other states, and then we'll go in and do weekly group counseling with them and transition them back into society.
We have a high regard for our veterans in Middlesex County, and we make every effort to try to help our veterans because, again, like I said earlier, it's just so important to me and to our administration that we have to make every effort to help the veterans because we don't know what you went through, and it's up to us to provide whatever services that we can.
Your new diversion program is going to be awesome too, where we're going to actually work, with law enforcement. There's a lot of drug courts and different types of courts for veterans right now, and we're going to try to, instead of them being sentenced to, to jail, we're going to try to do something with probation and work with them and mentor them, to get them in another direction that's going to be heavily monitored, so we can stop them from even going to jail.
Good, good. Middlesex County is proud to partner with state, federal, local, and nonprofit organizations to provide help for our nation's veterans. We're committed to giving our veterans the help they need so they can return to a productive life back home. I want to thank Rich and Esperanza for joining me today and for the valuable insights they've given us on employment for veterans and all those in need. If you know a veteran who might benefit from our assistance, please visit our county website at middlesexcountynj.gov and search Veterans Services. Thank you for watching this month's edition of Spotlight on Middlesex County.